Hello and welcome to the Art of Lives podcast, episode 49. My name is Sofia Harris, and before we start with the main show, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about something that I know me and my fellow podcasting comrades have all been discussing and been quite sad about. So on Monday, Tuesday morning, I guess, here in Europe, the gaming world lost one of its greatest media outlets, in our opinion, game trailers, which I know a lot of gamers have some form of relationship with. Now, GT has been around for 13 years, and one of the reasons why I think it's a major loss for the gaming industry is the fact that they were pioneers with what they did. It began with video content before YouTube was really a thing. And ever since then, they've produced some of the most well-made video reviews of games. They've produced some just really awesome original content and obviously brought us game trailers. Now, I'm especially sad considering I have both friends and acquaintances that work there. So I just really feel sorry for everyone who lost their jobs on Monday. The fact that you didn't find out about it until a couple of hours before, everybody else, that is just ridiculous. It's an atrocity. And, I can't imagine what it's like. And I also think that, the men in suits over at Defy, they had no idea the mistake that they just made and how everybody would react. Because, my entire Twitter feed filled with gamers and journalists and media outlets. Everybody was just in shock, and we were all pissed off. This was really undeserving, and I can't imagine what Brandon Jones, who co-founded Game Trailers, must be going through right now, because it must be so tough to go through something so unjust and abrupt. And I just really hope he knows how much his work has meant to the industry and to gamers, and that we all really love and appreciate everything he's done and how he took part in revolutionizing how we get our gaming news and our reviews and how we want our reviews and our news to be. And of course, I think we'll all miss the wonderful narration voice of yours, Brandon. By far better than my failed attempt at making my voice, I don't know, work-ish for radio or whatever this is. Anyways, I also want to say, as for the rest of the guys, Ian, Kyle, Daniel, Michael, Don, Ben, Brad, Matt, and everybody else that were part of the original shows in the past, I know we all will miss your faces on our screens and, miss getting hyped by Huber Hype and being annoyed by that stain behind Kyle during Final Bossman, and wondering if Ian would ever do an episode of Mandatory Update where Bloodborne wouldn't be mentioned, and then there's GT Time, which has always been a quality podcast where not only you'd get to hear a well-informed debate and you'd probably learn something. That's not something that happens a lot in podcasts these days. Again, on a personal note, I just want to say how saddened I am about GT closing, as it's been a valuable resource for me as a journalist and a platform that has taught me a lot about how to do reviews well, how to do everything that I'm doing right now. And it's taught me so much about the industry and new ways that it is evolving. And I feel really fortunate to have met and been able to hang out with, some of the people who work there. And I got to say that you're all just some of the nicest and hardest working people I know. And I'm certain that great things lie ahead for all of you. And, sometimes getting your wings cut off without warning is the only way to discover how to make new ones and fly even higher into new and unfamiliar places. I know I'm such a poet, and I know it. Metaphors aside, though, what I'm trying to say is that you are all super talented, charismatic, knowledgeable, and just lovable people. And I'm certain that you'll all soar even higher and achieve new and wonderful things. God knows you all deserve it. Just don't hide your faces from us for too long, because we've missed them a whole lot. And I don't remember who said it, but someone once said that when a famous person dies, it's like a familiar building being torn down. Like if game trailers were a building in the world of video games, it would be the Colosseum. It would be that building that we all admire, we respect, and it carries so much history. And none of us ever believed or wanted to see it being torn down. But GT will live on, especially through the incredible fan base that you guys have. And amongst us old enough to remember the time before you had to worry about paid-for reviews and clickbait and all that nonsense. I mean, journalism has been dumbed down, and sometimes faces are valued over facts. But you guys had both the right faces and the right facts, which made you all so special. And your podcast was great, like really great, like solid 5 out of 7, Bloodborne, great. Anyways, on behalf of the Out of Lives Network, thank you for providing us not only with entertaining, wonderful content, but keeping the integrity of video game journalism intact when so many others decided that that wasn't really worth it. So thank you for everything. Let's move on to the show. Good night and good game, Game Trailers.
You're in tune to Out of Lives. www.outoflives.net.
You can't handle the truth!
Welcome to the Out of Lives podcast, episode number 49. I'm your host, Ross Miller.
That was the worst.
I know.
That was awful.
That was really dreadful. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm Sofia Harris. Ross is not here. Surprise. Because he has a baby or whatever. I don't know.
He doesn't have a baby.
They're all kids.
Everyone has kids. No, Ross has...
toddler?
Midlife crisis, I think we'll call it.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Ross.
That can happen too.
Kev's got a domino, so he's not here either.
You're stuck with me.
Yeah.
I'm the hostess with the mostest. I don't have the cool radio voice though, but I will try my best. That was also horrible. All right. So I'm Sofia Harris. Good times. And I'm joined by Dave Wyatt.
That's right, I'm back. It's me.
And Francis Jackson.
Miss me? Probably not. But hey, sorry, I'm back.
With a much better mic.
What was that all about?
That is true.
Oh, we missed you. Everybody misses everybody. It's a great time to be alive. So, I want to know the thing that Ross always talks about. He always does okay, what is the highlight of the week? I wish I could do the accent. See, this ruins everything. I could do no, okay.
I can't do a Scottish accent either, unfortunately.
So let's do the highlight of the week, everybody.
That was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I haven't seen Braveheart, so I can't do anything.
I've never seen Braveheart either.
No,
really?
it's not very good. Don't bother.
I'm so
glad. It's a bit overrated.
It's one of those films that was epic at the time, but you just look at it now and you go, "This is completely and utterly ridiculous." Well, I do like Mel Gibson, but it's so over the top.
Yeah, I just like when I see him, like when you see like the picture of him riding in front of the soldiers or whatever. I just think about like Aragorn doing it, and I'm like, he couldn't do it as good.
Oh yeah, and better.
I still can't believe that they actually went with a non-Scottish actor, like, you know. Anyway, right, that's getting really off topic.
All right, yeah, off top. Back to the topic. Dave.
Yes.
What is your highlight of the week?
Well, I managed to get a weekend to myself. I had no work.
Nice.
My partner and the baby went to London.
Nice.
And I had a really bad cold, so I had an excuse to stay in bed. So I watched the entire first series of Z Nation.
Oh.
And much of the second one.
Z Nation, Dave. Z Nation.
No, it's American, so it's Z Nation.
Yeah, but you're English.
See, that's always confused me, because when I try to spell my last name to people, I'm always confused. Is it Z or Z?
Right, do you know what? I think, anyway, regardless of what you say, they'll know what you mean.
I'm kidding, it doesn't matter. Don't worry.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I don't know if any of you have seen Z Nation.
No.
Nope.
Right. So it's obviously it's a zombie TV series, and I'm waiting for Walking Dead to come back. I had nothing else to watch, so I put it on. It was my dad that suggested it, and the acting is just the worst. The scripts are awful. The effects are really bad, but I absolutely adore it. It's brilliant. It's just.
Is it a guilty pleasure then?
No, I'm not even guilty about it. I'm singing from the rooftops. If you haven't watched it, go on. It's ridiculous. It's brilliant. One of the storylines, for example. So I try not to spoil it, but most of this you get from a trailer, so it's not too bad. But it basically follows a group of survivors transporting an infected bloke across the state of across America. So they got to get to California, and he was bitten 9 times by a zombie, and he didn't turn into a zombie. So they think, we might have the cure here. But as the
Last of Us series version.
Well, kind of. As the series goes on, he's becoming more and more grey. His skin's starting to peel off in places. His teeth are falling out. So there's something not quite right. But he ends up sleeping with this woman, and he gets her pregnant, and then she has a zombie baby, which is a half human, half zombie baby.
Like in Dawn of the Dead, the remake.
No, this one's it's not savage. It's just it is a little. You've got to see it. It's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Brilliant.
Sounds kind of ridiculous. And to be fair, I feel like Walking Dead is a guilty pleasure right now because it's not too good. I mean, here's the thing: I watched every single episode. I have T-shirts with it and posters and whatever. I have a keychain, but I kind of hate it because it's not too good.
See, I'm quite the big Walking Dead fan as well. I've always loved zombies anyway. Like zombies is definitely my jam.
Oh, they're the best.
The first series of Walking Dead still the best out of all of them, but I don't think it's as bad as some people say it is at the minute. It's still got its moments that are really good. It has its moments that are really dumb, and some plot lines are boring, and some characters are shit. But
what season will it be on when it starts again? What was it?
We're only halfway through season 6.
Bloody hell! Yeah. This is a lot of my problem with series. It's just they go on for far too long.
I'm pretty sure it's been renewed for a 7th series as well.
A lot of series don't they go up to series 7 and that's it? Like Sopranos was 7 series. Yeah. I know a lot of series in the past were 7. So,
but I feel like in terms of like looking at the comics, they haven't really gone that far.
No, I completely
There's still
agree.
Plenty to go.
Yeah,
I mean, I know very little of The Walking Dead. I've never watched it. Don't read the comics, so I'm completely
missing
ignorant.
out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not into zombies.
Oh.
So.
See, I really liked the first season. I thought I could have just watched that and then been happy.
That was amazing.
It ended really on a really cool way as well, I think.
And it was a really good adaptation as well.
Definitely. It was a good adaptation. Even though it is very, the beginning is very 28 Days Later. But, it still had its own, vibe. And I love when it's not, zombies all the time. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that ruins a lot of things. I feel like with monster movies and horror movies, when you see, the bad guy all the time, it doesn't have that cool effect. It was like with the Godzilla, the 1996 version. Was that when it came out?
Yeah.
Yes.
The one that came in, because you saw Godzilla all the time. So it's by the end of it, I was like,
it was
okay.
And it was more just like a ginormous T-Rex. It just
that's not the
legs.
only problem with that film,
no,
though,
it has a lot of problems. I just remember that scene. I think from the trailer, I remember it's imprinted in my mind where the guy's talking in the office, and then he just sees the tail outside the window go by him.
Oh yeah.
That's the only scene I think I like.
I thought it was a funny movie, but I saw it when I was young. So
when you're young, you have no real concept of what's really bad and what isn't.
That film tried to be Jurassic Park, didn't it? It had raptor Godzillas. And
it's this weird.
Anyway.
And I think you saw Godzilla way too much. After a while, I was like, oh, there it is. Well, it's I know a lot of people didn't like the new one, but I thought it was great because you didn't
I liked
see
the new
Godzilla.
one a lot.
I loved it. I saw it, but I saw it when I saw it in IMAX. I thought it was awesome, but then I saw it at Oslo's best cinema, and it was the worst because the sound was terrible, and I feel like that movie relied so much on sound that it became kind of blah.
But I'm getting it a lot with some of these films. I'm going to cinemas and I just can't hear at times what people are saying. Loads of places I go to at cinemas, it just seems at some point the sound just is not working properly.
When are we going to get just cinemas that give you your own individual headset? That's what I want.
Oh,
that would
be
be
sick.
Cool.
That would be amazing.
That would be pretty
have
cool.
the choice, still have it on, but like...
Bring your razors.
Anyway, that was my highlight of the week. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, check out Z Nation for all your stupid, ridiculous zombie fun.
Cool.
It has different types of zombies as well, which is great. It's what Walking Dead doesn't have. You've got suicide zombies, which are brilliant. You've got zombies that have been radiated. It's awesome. Oh,
that's so cool. See, I like that. That's why I like Left 4 Dead. All the different zombies and the tank. My goodness. Oh. I just run. I'm the worst team player when it comes to Left 4 Dead. When I hear the tank, I'm just gonna run. I don't give a shit.
I had a great mod for Left 4 Dead on the PC that turned the tank into Shrek.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
When he comes on and it plays All Star.
Oh,
that's brilliant.
That band I can't remember.
Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, my goodness, good times. No, I completely agree. That's why I love Left 4 Dead. There's still like so many cool mods that come out. There's like the craziest shit. It's just, it's so great. Anyways, Francis, highlight of the week.
Well, mine is neither games nor TV series. It's sports related.
Right, we'll move on.
Quite into sport. So
moving on. No, I'm just kidding.
Football was Leicester City beating Manchester City because it's great to see a small team beat a big one, and seeing if Leicester can win the Premier League, that will be fantastic. They're in such a great position. And the other one was the Rugby Six Nations started, and I love rugby, the Six Nations. So those were my two highlights of the week together. Sports weekend. That's what it was.
I thought you were going to... I thought you were going to go Super Bowl. Yeah.
No, I don't like American football at all, and I don't stay up to watch it.
There goes all our American listeners.
Yeah. See ya.
I've tried watching it, and then every time the ball stops, my face just drops. Like, let's bring back the game. It's like, no, keep moving. I don't like it when it stops. No, so
I've never really watched it.
And the Super Bowl, I mean, I get that the adverts are cool and things, and people playing at the concerts, but I'm here to watch sports. Like, they drag it on for so long. It's just,
but that's why it's so special, though. It's an event, isn't it? Like, I don't know if you saw some of the adverts that were on. There was a really cool Pokemon one.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, but they released that like a month ago, like the whole version. That was cool. That was cool.
Oh, did they? I didn't realise that.
Yeah, there's a minute version of it. Like the Super Bowl one was only about 30 seconds.
I watched that one now on the website. That was great.
Yeah,
there you go.
That was pretty good.
That's cool. Well, my highlight isn't sports related. It's not video game related. It's not movie related. But I went to a concert and I saw Tame Impala for the second time. And I think I mentioned it in the previous podcast. I was going to go see them.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really good. It was so good. And it was just like, I started crying, which I always do at concerts. There's always one point where I'm just so excited to be alive that I just start crying. Like, it is the dumbest shit. So, like, I thought it was going to be eventually, but I managed to hold it in because I was like, a friend of mine, that's our song. So when it eventually came on, I like FaceTime him. I'm like, look, it's our song. So I managed to like hold the tears in.
I have this vision of you sort of in a crowd of really heavy metal bearded people.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's you like...
You're crying with your lighter in the air, but everyone else is just beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah. No, I've cried during Marilyn Manson concerts and all kinds of... Rob Zombie, I don't know.
But you're Norwegian, so that the metal scene is totally your thing. I mean...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, own it.
Well, I don't like death metal. I like black metal.
I like some death. Opeth. Love Opeth. My goodness,
Opeth's
I love Opeth.
Good.
I love Opeth.
But yeah.
I saw Coheed and Cambria last week, and Dave did too, and that was fantastic.
Yeah, it was. Such a good gig.
Really good gig.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Tame Impala was great. But yeah, when Apocalypse Streams came on, I just started bawling. I was just like, oh, it's so beautiful. I saw the crowd, and I was like, oh, no. So that was really great. That's the second time I saw them, and they were better than last time. And I love when bands like evolve like that. It's just, it's not like, not like, I mean, Marilyn Manson is my favorite artist of all time. But when I saw him for the third time last year, I was like, you're done. You're just... It was like, he was horrible on stage. He was like, couldn't hear the words. Like, the only highlight was the fact that, like, Twiggy and me had, like, a thing. Like, we were looking at each other the entire... Because I was almost at the front. And then he pointed at me, and I pointed at him, and he smiled. And it was, like, that moment, I was like, holy shit. And that was, like, really cool. It's like, throughout the concert, like, we just kept, like, having eye contact. And then I got his guitar pick, and I was like, life is complete.
Beautiful. Did you cry?
I cried at Coma White, yeah, when I started playing that.
That is a tune, though, let's be honest. That is a really good tune.
Yeah, even though Mans was like, okay. That was pretty much how I sang it. But, you know.
My favourite Manson track is Speed of Pain.
Oh, that's such a good song.
Love that track.
That's a great one. Yeah, I think mine is, I like Coma Black.
Yeah, it's good.
And I like Mechanical Animals, the song. And the
Yeah,
album,
yeah.
but yeah, the song. And, well, right now I'm listening to Last Day on Earth a lot, because I think that's a really cool song. I liked the Mechanical Animals era. I like the digging into, like, the electronic type ordeals. Although I think it's cool that now he's going back to, like, classic guitar.
I haven't listened to anything since Mechanical Animals.
No.
Have you not?
I'm thinking about it, no.
It's
I might
ups
have
and
to get it on
downs.
Spotify and have a check.
Yeah, it's very, like, Eat Me, Drink Me, a lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was pretty good. It's very romantic. It's very gothic. Not as, like, hardcore.
I've never been, like, a huge fan anyway. That's probably why I've never stuck with it. I like a few of the tracks, but it's not ever been something that's, like, a mainstay on my playlist.
No, the
See,
same
he's my
with me.
boo.
I like a lot of his stuff, but he's not regular. So
Yeah.
But
No, I
anyway.
think the news album is really good. You should check it out, because it's what you didn't expect, 'cause it's very folk rocky almost. It's like, yeah, classic guitars.
I will check it out. I'm all into new music. I'm going to see Dream Theater next week for the third time, so that's going to be good.
Speaking of checking new music out, Sophia, when we're finished, write that band down for me. I'll check them out as well. I don't know how you spell. Was it Tame Impala or whatever you called it?
Tame Impala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they are
I'll
the
put
best.
them on. I'll have a little listen anyway. Right, let's move on.
Let's move on. Yes, let's do some actual things that we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's do some news.
Let's do some news.
News!
Download. I've always wanted to do that. They never let me.
Got your chance now.
Yeah, I'm host. I don't care. Do what you
I'm
want.
gonna skip the headlines too. I'm just gonna go straight into the news because that's how I roll.
Whoa.
So first on the list today, Rocket League is finally coming to Xbox One next week.
Woo.
Woo!
I'm excited.
No
I don't know,
crossplay
Xbox
though.
One, so I'm just like, yeah.
So
Sure.
it's coming. It's going to be about £14 in the UK. It's $19.99 in the US. But I'm guaranteeing we're going to get, we'll get the raw deal and we'll get it for about 20 quid as well, because that's what happens over here.
Do you think so?
Yeah, always.
How come?
But
Oh, because we're screwed over in England.
yeah, all the time. Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't want to keep going on about Destiny because I think loads of people do, and I've said my bit on it. But the Taken King, $40, 40 quid. Just, no,
Yeah, that's not...
doesn't
yeah.
equate.
Wrong. As much as I loved it, it's wrong. It is wrong.
I guess it's the same here in Norway, too. Yeah.
I think it's Europe. It's a Europe thing, isn't it?
Europe is France and Italy, 70, 80 euros games.
Yeah,
That's
no,
even
Holy
more. It's just
shit.
It was
shocking.
yeah. So we get the game. We also get all the previously released DLC for that as well, bundled in, and some Xbox exclusives such as the Halo Warthog and the Gears of War Armadillo. I have no idea what the Gears of War Armadillo is. I actually hope it is.
No,
a
neither
real
do I.
armadillo.
Who knows?
Just a hench armadillo.
That'd be nice. A holiday armadillo.
That would be good too.
Oh, that's a Friends reference.
Yeah, that would be great. I would
Yeah.
definitely drive something that resembles Ross in an armadillo suit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm probably going to pick it up. I've heard nothing but good stuff about Rocket League, and some of the videos I've watched look fun. I don't like football, but this could, this is
It's
rocket powered
different.
football.
It is way different. Like, I'm not
Yeah, it's
even
different.
into, like... I mean, I used to play a lot of FIFA, but that was just because, I write for Game Reactor, and they forced me to. Every lunch, they were like, we have to play FIFA, and I was like, oh, shit. But yeah, but then finally I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore, and then people were like, play Rocket League, and I was like, okay, and it's super fun. Super
Oh yeah,
fun.
Rocket League's great. I mean, as you know, I adore football, mad keen, but I hate FIFA. Well, I hate FIFA. I just don't play them. I can't get into them. But Rocket League, I enjoyed quite a bit. I'm not very good at it, but I enjoyed it.
Did you play the PC version or PS4?
PS4, because it was PS Plus.
Oh, of course it was, yeah.
Yeah, so
that's another thing. I was kind of hoping we was going to get it as a, Games with Gold, but
maybe wait a month or two then, because it might happen.
Damn Microsoft.
Well, it's announced midway through February, so they announce maybe at the end of February. They say, "Oh right, Rocket League next month, March is
how many
Games
people
with Gold."
will that piss off? Oh, I've just bought it because I couldn't wait, and then a week later, oh, you can have it for free. No,
it happens.
That would be a nightmare.
Yeah, it's classic. It
shame
happens.
It's a shame there's no cross-platform play. That's a real shame.
Yeah,
because that would be fun.
that's the thing. I'm sort of an old woman who doesn't like to play online games with kids, just because I'm
an old man who doesn't like playing online games. Full stop.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about my mom or whatever kids, So it's like I miss being social when it comes to gaming, and you want to play with your friends, sure, but then it's like when it's not cross-platform, it's like even worse. And now you can't sit in front of one console anymore, and that makes me really sad. I'm a sad bunny.
I do miss couch co-op so bad. I don't think this
there's couch co-op. No, it does. It does.
It does?
Yep, it has split screen multiplayer.
It does.
Oh, that is awesome.
But it's like, in general, I miss it.
Can you believe we're at an age where we're praising companies if they include split screen? It should just be a given.
I know, we're such hipsters.
I can understand it in
in some
games, but I think all Call of Duty and things like that should still have split screen.
Halo 5 should have had
split
that.
screen.
I bet that affected some sales. I bet that did, because I don't play it split screen, but I've had a ball of a time when I've played it with
I would
friends.
say that most of my best gaming memories have been playing split screen rather than online.
Definitely. I even had one not too long ago. I think it was the beginning of January, where me and two of my friends, we had a little Tekken 3 tournament on my PlayStation 1. And that was just the best of times. Like, it was just, it was nice to sit there and hand over the controllers, because we just had two, and it was just like, it was still that little charm of just being the three of us in front of it. We got, had some crisps.
I have such good fun. Super Smash Brothers on Wii U and Mario Kart 8. Great time. Have 4 or 5 people there at once.
Oh my god, Mario Kart.
It's great fun.
Smash Brothers is even better because it's not split screen, but it's still couch co-op.
And you can go up to 8 players now, so it goes totally chaotic.
Yeah, I'm not allowing myself to play that because I get really mad. Like, really.
I was thinking to pick it up for my 3DS because I still haven't got a Wii U yet. But I get
really pissed.
Have you got the new 3DS, Dave?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Well, that's good because it makes it easier. The trackpad on the second analog stick makes it much easier. Yeah, yes, the nipple.
Right, so Rocket League coming to Xbox One on 17th of February. Let's hope it doesn't get delayed. Speaking of delays, see, I have to do my own segues now because Ross is not here. Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One has been delayed to 2018.
Surprise.
Wow.
So I had no idea it was even coming out in 2017. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So Star Wars Episode 8 was originally made for 2017, and we know that that's been pushed to 2017. No, that's been pushed to December 2017, which was the original release date for Ready Player One. So whether it's been pushed back because of that, which I would say it probably was, or whether it was because they're not ready... Because it hasn't started filming, it hasn't got all its cast, it hasn't quite got its director not its director, its writers. I don't think the script's finished.
Are any of the cast's members actually even announced?
There was 2. I wish you hadn't asked, because I haven't got them written down.
Regardless, it's dumb when they announce movies, and then they're like, hey, it's going to come out then, but P.S., we don't have anything prepared.
Yeah,
why even bother?
Don't give it a date. Just say coming soon.
Yeah, I hate when, that kind of stuff happens. I remember that's one thing I loved about when they announced Fallout. It was just like, it's going to come out now, and it's not too long, but it's going to come out now. It's not like, it's going to come out in 3 years. We haven't started it yet. It's not like...
If I had to wait more than a year for Fallout 4, I don't think I'd have made it.
You just fall. You just give up on life.
Now you can sympathise with me waiting 5 years for Zelda.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's really, that's a problem in both the gaming and the movie industries, that they keep, all these promises that we don't even need. I didn't need to know that, Ready Player One is going to be coming out in 2017. Just say it's going to come out, and I'll be like, oh, I'm excited for it. And I just don't hope that, like...
And surely you would get more hype doing it that way.
Yeah, they're probably going to release, like, a teaser trailer that's, like, 10 seconds next year.
So the new date they've got it down for was March 30th of 2018.
Not too bad.
Which means it's going head-to-head with the remake of The Wolfman.
Yeah,
exactly. So
I think it'll be fine.
It's much better competition for it than Star Wars.
Yeah, for sure. But at the same time, I feel like it would still... I don't think it would lose. Because, I mean, if you think about it, like, The Hateful Eight came out pretty much the same time as Star Wars did, didn't it? Or in the same time period?
About a month
It was
later,
it was December, right? It was still December.
No, it was January. At least in this country, it was January.
Oh,
January 8th.
I saw it in LA, that's why. Because then it came out.
It did come out December in the States, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because I remember it was the fight that Quentin had with Disney over the one cinema in LA that he wanted to show it.
That's right, yeah.
But I remember, like, because when I went to see, I saw both Star Wars and The Hateful Eight while I was in the States. And, like, all the cinemas were packed. They were full. The same goes with The Revenant. Like, all those three came at once.
Has Hateful Eight done well?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
I still not got around to watching it, which is the first
neither
time
have I.
I've not seen a Tarantino film within the week of release. So.
I love it.
Yeah, I need to get on that.
It's not necessary to see it in 70mm, though, I gotta say. Because 70mm is better for, wide landscapes, where it's just like, we want to see the entire spectrum. And whilst, it has some really nice nature in it, that looks really good in the beginning of the movie, most of it takes place, like, in a cabin, right?
Yeah,
that's not really a spoiler. And it's cool that you have that sort of, even though you have the two people who are sort of semi-centered in the frame, that you still see the other characters sort of on the side. Like, that's a really cool thing. But I feel like it wasn't necessary. You know what I mean? It wasn't Lawrence of Arabia necessary. But it was still pretty cool.
Oh, did you hear that story that apparently Kurt Russell smashes a guitar in it? It was a priceless antique.
Yeah, he did.
It was borrowed from a museum.
That's Quentin, man. He didn't give a shit.
No.
Or I guess maybe Kurt Russell didn't give a shit.
It's Kurt Russell. I love Kurt Russell. That was the main reason I want to go see the film. It's because Kurt Russell's back. I want to see Kurt Russell.
I do like a bit of Kurt
I love
Russell,
Kurt Russell.
He did great in Death Proof too. I feel like Death Proof got a lot of hassle for no reason.
It was an okay movie. I wouldn't have said it was an amazing. I think the problem with Tarantino films is I tend to expect too much.
Oh yeah,
which is completely on me, not on him.
But I think we all have, we all have what we consider the quintessential Tarantino film, and then one which we just don't like. And I think it's quite different with people. I mean, Death Proof is generally
Jackie Brown.
Yeah, that's my favourite. Jackie Brown is my favourite. So,
Jackie Brown's so good.
It's really? Good. Yeah, it's my favourite.
See, I think mine would be possibly Kill Bill, the first one. Or maybe that one, or Django. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna take those back. Inglourious Bastards. No, because
Inglourious is probably my top 3 of his.
Because the thing with Inglourious Bastards, what they did... Oh, I just said bastards and bastards at the same time.
That's all right.
Thing is, what Quentin did there that I think a lot of people didn't realize is cinematically, he did so many cool things that you're not supposed to do in movies. Like, there were scenes where, when you're just shooting one person, he's sitting, on a table. You usually have him a bit to the left or the right, They're not fully in the center, because that's kind of weird. But he put people in the center. So he kind of went against everything, you learn in film school about how people are supposed to be placed in frames and all of these crazy tiny little things. So if you watch it and think back at if you've studied film or whatever and just think, have I really seen that anywhere? And then you'd be like, no, actually no. So he did a lot of really cool choices. I didn't really like the story as much as I did Kill Bill, but I thought cinematically he did so many cool tiny things with the camera that it's I don't know, underrated in that sense.
No, I love Inglourious. Inglourious is in my top 3 of his films.
It is so good.
It's probably Jackie Brown, Reservoir Dogs, Inglourious.
Actually, I'm gonna say Pulp Fiction is my first.
Yeah, I think I saw Pulp Fiction after the others, so...
Oh, really?
I enjoyed it. But it didn't...
It was probably one of my first Pulp Fiction, but yeah, no, Tarantino really is a titan of cinema.
Yeah.
Speaking of titans...
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
Ross, you should be proud.
Yeah, Titanfall 2 is getting a single-player campaign and, surprisingly, a TV spin-off.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
So, Mech Shooter Titanfall, one of the best games of 2014, in my opinion. I absolutely fucking adored it.
In your opinion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it completely lacked a single-player mode, and
that's why I didn't like it.
bothered me.
And it's an increasing trend in games, but I don't get why, because the numbers then just tail off pretty quickly afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that plays the Call of Duty campaign, so I do love a good single-player campaign in my shooters.
And I also think that, I mean, like Far Cry, like multiplayer is absolute shit, but the single player is the best fucking thing ever.
Yeah, that's definitely a single-player game in my eyes.
Yeah, so
I
feel like...
I played 10 minutes. I played a bit of co-op because that was fun, but the actual,
Yeah. But I mean,
No,
Star Wars
I agree.
Battlefront has done really well. But I suspect the numbers will tail off, or have already started slowly tailing off.
I was disappointed with lack of single player in that as well.
So was I. Yeah.
Especially you've just had a really good Star Wars film. You want to play a bit of a Star Wars story. I
want to be Rey.
Story and I'd have been happy.
I just think it makes it worse. I mean, but the beta that I played, I enjoyed it, but it just to me wasn't enough. Again, it's a beta, but it annoyed me even more because I'm thinking this is the most beautifully represented Star Wars game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it feels like you're only giving me half a portion. It's like, no, give me more. It's what I want.
It's a good game, but it did not keep my attention for more than 2 hours so far. I mean, I got the free 10-hour trial.
Yeah,
with EA
I got
access.
I got the beta, which was
still got 8
similar.
left.
Oh, really?
Got 8 hours left. Yeah.
See, I feel like the all multiplayer only games, I feel like they are more for the younger gamers than us oldies. You know what I mean? I feel like once you're closer to your 30s than your 20s, you kind of just want to play a game by yourself.
But
Sometimes.
the ones with all the money.
Yeah, but it's like, that's why
true.
I'm kind of like, I feel like most people my age, I'm 25, they're like, like playing single player. It's nice to just be, by yourself for a little bit.
Well, in comparison, I've played, I'm just coming up to 250 hours on Pokemon.
Whoa.
Between 4 different games. Admittedly.
Good man.
Yeah.
Good man.
I was going to say, it was just one game. Like, oh, whoa.
My addiction started with Omega Ruby, and since then I've gone back. I've played X,
Omega Ruby?
Leaf Green, Black, and I'm about to start Black 2.
Omega Ruby?
I've got over 1,000 hours in all the Pokemon games I've played.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I still haven't finished
So addicting.
Pokemon Blue. I was
Sofia.
I was literally stuck on an island for like 10 years. Before at some
I
random...
hate to break it to you, but your battery in your cartridge has probably died.
Mine?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
If you've not finished it now, you're not going to finish it. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
no. Here's the
Those
thing.
cartridges die.
Mine isn't dead. Here's the thing. So I was at a party, and for some reason, me and one of my friends, we started talking about Pokemon. And I was like, yeah, I never finished the blue because I was stuck at yada yada. And it was like, you just have to go and do this and this and that. And I was like, and this was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. And I ran back home. I didn't run, sort of. I was drunk, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I came back home, and I did a ding, and the game works, and I got past the fucking thing. But then, now, I'm stuck in the Poké League, and I'm about to die. And I don't have any good Pokemon left. They're all dead and gone, and I did not come prepared. So right now,
the older Pokemon games were solid.
Yeah, I'm just so scared of
yeah.
turning it on. It still works. I test it once in a while, just to be like, okay, whew, it's still working on my Game Boy Advance. But it's like, I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to just kill myself or just... I didn't come prepared to the Poké League. I hate everything. It's the worst.
Might not be the game for you.
Oh, but I'm so close. I'm so freaking close. I just, I don't want to, oh no. Maybe in another 10 years I'll finish it.
Right, back to Titanfall anyway. So,
yes.
Yeah. Jesse Stern, who is the writer for the next game, spoke to Forbes, and he said one of the shortcomings for the first game was it did not have. We just did not have the mechanisms to tell everyone, here's who you are, here's where you are, and who's around you. We knew all the answers, we just could not deliver it. That's him talking about, because the actual world building in Titanfall was great, as long as you looked online for it, because in game it wasn't that,
Destiny, cough, cough.
Yeah, definitely. That's exact perfect comparison. So that's what they've took away from the first game. They're going to give it a better single player. Well, I say better one.
A single player.
A single player. He says that Titanfall 2's campaign will give us a better impression of the game's futuristic backstory, which he described as a reworking of real historical events. He said it's essentially the American Civil War in space, which sounds awesome. Strangely, he hinted about a spin-off TV series for Titanfall, saying it was in the works, though there is no details beyond that.
See, for some reason, when I heard the American Civil War in space, I don't know why, but I suddenly got like a flash image in my head of that Jason movie, the Jason X. When Jason Voorhees is in space. Do you remember that one?
Yes. Yeah. It was so bad.
Oh, it was the worst of things. I don't know why. And then I heard and then you said the thing about the TV show. I just have the weirdest things going on in my head right now. The worst of times. Oh, I don't think it's going to be good.
So the lack of single player in Titanfall definitely divided people's opinions. The Division. The open beta has been announced. That's coming.
Hey.
So anyone who didn't get to play it on the last the alpha and the beta can now join in anyway.
That's
I say
me.
beta. Some people say beta. You all know what I mean.
Beta.
So it's coming to PS4 and PC on February the 19th and will run till the 21st. But Xbox One players will get a 24-hour exclusive early access. So it'll begin on February 18th instead. You can preload it starting from February 16th. Did anyone get round to playing it?
No.
I'm
playing another game because I can't say right now because it would be a good segue. So I'm gonna hold that.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold that thought. But yeah,
I've watched gameplay of it and it does look good, but I don't know. I'm waiting. This is definitely a thing because as we've said, I like to play games on my own.
Yeah.
I want to see what is this like as a game playing on your own before I get it. I mean, obviously to play it might be a good idea, but I don't know if 2 days is a good enough indication because I don't progress in games very quickly. I tend to take my time. So
I don't know. See, this actually looks like a game I would enjoy with people. So I wanted to play the alpha and the beta, and I didn't for various reasons. And that's actually my weekend off.
Nice.
Which would be perfect if I wasn't fucking moving.
Oh, yeah.
So I will try and get some hours in, but yeah.
See, I was excited about this game 2 years ago. I was super hyped about it when it was announced.
I was in the same position.
But it's been so long that now I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, this is like going back to what we were saying earlier. We've had they announced it so long ago that definitely, in my opinion, it's sort of dropped off my.
But it also depends on. I think it also depends on the game. Like the Division, Ubisoft, their track record, not so recently, but fairly recently, hasn't been that great. And it's a new IP, so you're excited about new IP, but it's like, what kind of game will this be? I mean, I think some games, even if they get delayed indefinitely, you're going to be super excited. I mean, I'm a huge Zelda fan. I think all Zelda fans are craving for the tiniest bit of info for the newest game. It does depend on the game.
Hell, if they announce that new Zelda game tomorrow, I'll buy a Wii U. That's the only thing that's
exactly.
I haven't got one yet.
See, I think that's the problem with the Division. It's an original idea. It's an original, it's a new game. It doesn't have any predecessors that we can sort of compare it to or remember all the good times. It's just so new that I think creating the hype for it, and I think also a lot of people, it might be a lot of people, it might just be me. I was so disappointed with Watch Dogs that I'm not my brain is not allowing me. My brain is not allowing me to get excited about games as much as I was. I was so excited about Watch Dogs, and The first thing I did in that game, because my boyfriend at the time was playing it, and I was like, oh, finally we got it. I jumped in. First thing I did was drive a car in Watch Dogs. And if you've driven a car in Watch Dogs, you know that is the worst thing ever. And this was like right after I'd spent hours and hours playing Grand Theft Auto. So the mechanics were just horrible. And I was just like, is this what I've been waiting for? My goodness. The worst.
Yeah. See, Division, as far as I was concerned when it was first announced, looked like a day one purchase for me.
Yeah.
Now I probably won't grab it straight away.
Same.
But that might change. I might play it and love it. I know Kev and Ross have played quite a few hours of it. They love it. They're sold on it. So, but we've spoken about Division quite a lot recently. So,
yeah,
I'm sure we'll talk about it more next week when we all get to play it again.
Yeah. Should I do my segue now?
Yeah, go.
Okay, because I haven't played the alpha or the beta because I went to the store and bought Red Dead Redemption because I haven't played that before, and I thought it's kind of bad that I haven't played it all through. So I went and bought it, and I came halfway, and then what happened, Dave?
That was really lame. So that wasn't a segue. That was just you telling the
Okay,
story.
speaking of things being red and dead and redemption.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption came to backwards compatibility and the world was glorious. And then they took it away from us.
It will be brought back. It'll be brought back.
I'm fine. I got it on my 360 going. I'm stoked.
So, Xbox Live's Director of Programming, Larry Herb?
Shrib. I don't know.
I can't.
Who
I
cares?
Can't say that.
Larry Herb.
I think it is Herb, isn't it?
I think it is Herb, yeah.
Shrib.
Has clarified that several Xbox 360 games that Xbox One users discovered backward capability support for over the weekend were made available due to an error.
They were testing. Apparently, it was a testing phase.
Yeah. So Red Dead was on there. That's the only one I have written down. But there was a few others I heard rumours of. I heard Left 4 Dead.
There was
working.
I think there was that like cult JRPG that everyone likes on 360. I may be wrong.
What, the Blue Dragon?
No, Lost Odyssey, something like that. Maybe. But I heard there was another game on it that caused a little bit of a stir. Not a Red Dead Redemption stir. I got there.
Yeah,
3
that
times
was,
the charm. But
yeah, that one was the big one.
Yeah.
Well, speaking, he said, Microsoft tests all Xbox 360 games with our emulator to ensure quality experiences across breadths of titles. Due to an error, some of the games currently in test were accidentally made available. We have since removed access to those games and apologise for any confusion this may have caused. We will have more info on any upcoming releases soon. I was a bit gutted because I, like you, Sophia, I have it on disc on 360 and I could just load it up and play it. But my 360 is currently packed in a box ready to move. Just hearing everyone talking about Red Dead made me want to jump back into that world. So
it's really good.
I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
I never finished it. I don't know what... I think it was the pacing that threw me off. I don't want to ruin it, but it was just after Mexico when you get these government officials and then you just don't seem to do anything. I was like, oh, come on. Seriously, this is what I've been waiting for.
See, I'm just working towards Mexico because I know there's a really nice song that plays when he's just riding.
I mean, I thought the gameplay itself was very good and I was enjoying it, but the pacing, for me personally, I probably, like everyone who's going to listen to this pod is going to go, what?
No, I actually agree with you because, the horse is too damn slow. It's too damn... But it's like, I know that, I'm working towards Mexico because the song Far Away by, I think it's Jose Gonzalez, that song is that I found that song through, like, that was one of the few, like, parts of Red Dead Redemption I was familiar with was that scene. So right now I'm just, like, playing through to get to that scene, and that is apparently someplace in Mexico. When you
But if they make a sequel, I'm buying day one. I mean,
Wild.
I mean, I didn't even finish the one, but Wild West, come on, I love it. There's not enough Wild West games.
And it's Rockstar.
And it's Rockstar. I mean, I'm not a big fan of GTA, but
oh, really?
Yeah, I just...
Yeah, but you can appreciate GTA.
Oh, I can appreciate it for what it does, definitely. It's just...
I love GTA. I don't like the online.
That engine's ridiculous.
The online is horrible. It's just like, yeah, oh, I'm just gonna drive to this place. Oh, someone rear-ended me, and it's like some little kid, like, oh, you fucking asshole.
See,
and
no, the online on GTA has issues, but some of those heists that you can do with people are, if you can get a team of people you know, great fun.
I don't have any friends, so
well, that's
I think it's a bit of a pain. Well, again, I don't play GTA. That they don't seem to be making any single player expansions for GTA 5.
I agree. I'm really
Because I know that they're considered absolute high quality, and I'm thinking, well, come on. I know lots of people play GTA Online, but you've sold 60 million copies. You surely have the incentive to make a single player expansion.
I actually really enjoyed Red Dead's multiplayer online.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that part. I mean, and I know because I didn't finish it, but I would have so bought that expansion too, that zombie one, because that just looks hilarious. Even though I'm not into zombies, I saw that, I said zombies, Wild West, yes, count me in.
I mean, the zombies are fast. So
wasn't that a movie with zombies in the wild? No, it was Aliens, wasn't it? With
Cowboys versus
James
Aliens.
Bond.
Yeah,
that looked dreadful.
It was. Yeah, I mean, Francis, if it comes to backwards compatibility, definitely do yourself a favour. Finish the game for starters, because the ending's really good. You may have had it spoiled for you already, but if not,
yeah, I know. I do know what the ending is.
Yeah, see,
literally yesterday. Because I read the news about the freaking the backward compatibility, and I was like, I'm gonna look in the comments just to see what people think about it. And then this dude was like, spoiler, and he wrote everything that happened. And I was like, are you fucking...
People like that need shooting.
Yeah, I know. I was reading the Super Mario Maker IGN review, and a guy posted the entire synopsis to Metal Gear Solid 5. Jesus. Just as I bought it. I was like, what are you doing posting this in a Super Mario Maker review? What are you doing posting it to begin with? What are you posting it in the review of a completely different game?
Yeah, people are assholes.
I mean, it didn't affect my enjoyment of the game overall, because it was... The gameplay was stellar, but it was just like, well, that's a pain.
It does ruin it a bit, although I think when it comes to movies or like TV shows, it's worse. TV shows are the worst, because then you wait for like months for an episode, and then someone ruins that 1 hour for you.
Well, it's especially bad because obviously in England and in Europe, we generally get things later. So when things are spoiled months in advance, like, ugh!
So, whilst we're on, I mean... What's the worst thing? You've had Red Dead spoiled for you. What's the worst spoiler you've ever had?
Ooh.
See, mine. I don't know how to say it without spoiling it, but then it was a few seasons ago, so you should have caught out by now. Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I don't watch that, but yeah.
Right. There was an episode. It's called The Purple Wedding.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Yeah,
I know that one.
My brother. I was at work, so I was doing a night shift. I couldn't watch it until I finished the next morning. He just put, oh my god, I can't believe, and then a list of people that had died. Well, it was just the one person that died, but it was a major character that had died.
Yeah.
Died in Game of Thrones. What a crazy night. And I'm like, why would you put that on Facebook?
Yeah.
And it was like, the credits hadn't even rolled on the fucking film TV show yet.
Jesus.
So he must have been on his phone. As soon as it happened, I'd been like, oh, I'll just...
this is a douchey move. See, I don't go
on
Twitter.
I deleted him off Facebook until the end of the series, and then because that was like episode 3 or something. I deleted him until the series had finished, and then every time Game of Thrones starts again, I delete him.
Me, it was a game, and it was because I thought the ending of that was utterly superb. It was Batman: Arkham City, and and the guy. Do any of you know the ending?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty jaw-dropping conclusion, to be fair, and that was ruined for me. So I was just waiting for it to happen. Went, oh, okay. It was annoying. I can't even remember. I think it was in a review as well, a comment, and I just went, oh, why? But that's probably the one that annoyed me the most. These days, spoilers do annoy me still, but I tend to be able to still enjoy them without spoilers, even if I do get spoiled. So it's not too bad, but there's still some idiots out there who just want to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, I think I have the worst one. Although, because for me it didn't affect me too much because I already sort of in my head wanted it to happen. But I got Star Wars spoiled.
Ouch.
Yeah.
7?
Yeah. 7. Oh, Luke was the father? No, yeah, the 7th one. And it was literally a day after it came out. And it was some asshole in some machinima comment section on Facebook. Right.
So why are you people going in these comment sections?
I
don't.
No, it was like by
It seems to be
accident.
you
No,
two.
literally, it was the second top comment, and when I saw it, it wasn't directly blank. I'm not gonna ruin it.
Yeah, no, I know.
But you know what happens. So
But,
it wasn't. It didn't say it, but it said it, sort of.
I actually spoiled Star Wars for myself. I didn't look at any comments, but I sort of went, I think this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen. And then my face was slowly dropping as I watched the film. I realised, oh, I'm actually right.
In a conversation,
See,
as I was going in, we said, what if this happens? And it was like, oh, dude, that could totally happen. In fact, that'd be really, likely. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
See, that was the thing. Like, I wanted blank to blank. We're gonna put it like that. People understand.
Blank to blank.
You know you guys know what I mean.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I wanted blank to blank, but I never really didn't. I didn't know how that would happen. So when that was spoiled, I was just like, "Are you kidding me?" Okay, but then actually, I also got. What did I get spoiled? It was someone who died in The Walking Dead, and it was like this. It was something I'd written an article or like a blog post about people spoiling stuff. And then a dude was like, he posted a picture that had leaked of this person dead.
I know.
Being like, did you
the
see
leak.
this? I'm like,
remember
are
the
you
leak.
fucking kidding me? Like,
I've got to admit that is in a slightly tongue-in-cheek way. That's kind of like the greatest troll thing to do. I mean, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but that's
part of
so
me
mean.
finds it a little bit funny. I mean, it's mean, but part of me just can't help but think, well played,
see,
played.
I would have laughed at it if we were good friends. But he was like an acquaintance. So it wasn't
It was
like
somebody you knew. It wasn't even a random person.
No, it was an acquaintance. Like, I've met the dude once or twice. Maybe once. A friend of a friend. So it's like, if it was one of my friends, I would be like, oh, you fucking asshole. Let's laugh at it. Have fun. But since it was an acquaintance, I was like, are you just being mean? Did you not read? It was like something about 10 things I like about The Walking Dead or something. Some dumb list. And at the end, I wrote something about, well, like in the beginning, it was like, I'm not going to spoil anything because I hate spoilers, yada yada. So the fact that that person did that, I was like, are you trying to be funny? Because it's not funny. So since that,
people like that,
yeah,
belong in a zoo.
Since that day, I don't go on Twitter, unless I've seen a news episode. So I like wait for like a day or two, and then I go on Twitter afterwards because I know people are going to spoil it.
Yeah, but even in this day and age, a day, an hour, 5 minutes, it's just
for the credits. Yeah.
And I see that used as a justification of pirating quite often, and I kind of agree.
Yeah.
Like if they show, because for a while they were doing Walking Dead on Sundays in America, and it was Mondays over here. I think it still does that.
Yeah,
that's
it does.
enough time for the spoilers to be all over Facebook.
You can avoid them. I mean,
the Walking Dead official page on Facebook, right after the episode aired, where another major character died. I mean, in these shows, major characters die all the time, so the deaths themselves aren't spoilers.
It's who
they put the pictures.
Posted, oh my god, I can't believe.
Yeah.
What did you think of such and such last scene? And you're just like.
Yeah, I remember
Guys,
that too.
It hasn't even aired in half the countries. What are you doing? And they just saw masses of people unliking the page, and I
actually remember stopping liking their Facebook page because they posted some picture about someone, and you could tell it was like a sad post. Yeah. So I was like, okay, something's happened to that person. Why are you doing this? And that was it was a Monday morning, so Europe hasn't seen it yet. So it's like Anyways, moving on.
So like I was saying, these people belong in a zoo. Zoolander 2 has been destroyed by critics.
We need to work on our segues.
Yes, we need Ross back, which is you never normally hear me say.
Braveheart.
There you go.
Glasgow. Moving on.
So Zoolander 2 obviously came out last week, Thursday, Friday last week.
It's not out. It's out this week in the UK. But
so the American reviews came in, and it has been ravaged. Variety's Justin Chang branded the film the orange mocha cappuccino of movie sequels.
Not frappuccino?
No, 'cause it's a drink you wouldn't want.
That's quite
David
funny.
Rooney, he's from the Hollywood Reporter, said Zoolander 2 is a victim of overkill, a cute little outfit burdened with too many accessories.
Misogynistic asshole. No, I'm just kidding.
It's currently sitting at 5.8 on the IMDb, and the best one I saw was probably the Rap's Alonso Durald. Said it promises nothing but a lot of random moments. Oh no, sorry, this was a different person. Said Chris Nashawati. Why have they all got hard names to pronounce? Chris Nashawati said in Entertainment Weekly, Zoolander 2 is a sad and desperate, like a comic who doesn't know when to get off stage. That one must have hurt.
Okay, first of all, yeah, I think I read somewhere, I think it was The Guardian that gave it a 3 out of 5 or something, which is good.
3 out of 5 is not too bad.
Because what that review did, and that's why I also, like, I have an issue with movie reviewers or film critics, because I review films myself, and I'm not a professional, in that sense. I don't write for, like, a massive, The Guardian type broadsheet. But what I loved about that review, and what I try to do with my reviews, is, like, what it said. It was like, yeah, you get what you're paying for. It's Zoolander 2. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I feel like there's so many movie critics who either they take it too seriously, they overanalyze the shit out of movies like Zoolander 2, which is a dumb comedy. You're meant to sit there, and for a couple of hours you're supposed to not think of anything. It's not, The Revenant.
The only argument I would make to that is, I mean, Zoolander 1's a really highly regarded film.
But it didn't get good reviews either.
No, true.
I mean, I can't say I liked Zoolander, the first one, to be honest.
I liked it. I don't know why it's got the cult appeal. It's funny. It's got some great bits in it, and I get what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And it's a good film. It's not the
but
best
it
movie
is.
I've
It
ever
is what
seen.
it is. It's a movie about male models. It's not supposed to be the best film ever. It's supposed to be, I'm hungover on the Sunday. Let's watch something funny. You know what I mean? And it was the same with Anchorman. Like, that flopped in the theaters, and critics thought it was shit. But then suddenly, out of nowhere, it became a cult classic.
No, Anchorman was great, but then again, Anchorman 2, very, very forgettable sequel. And I always had suspicions that this would go the same way.
Yeah, they tried too hard with the fighting scene with all the famous people. Yeah. And I was like, this isn't going to help. But I think, I think you shouldn't read too much into critics, things, especially when it comes to movies like this, which is very, if you, I think it's funny, dumb comedies, you shouldn't think about what people are rating them. If you're going to go and watch, say The Revenant or Lincoln, I don't know why Lincoln came up, but one of those heavy movies, maybe you want to hear someone's interpretation of it or what they thought about it. Like, I like reading interpretations when it's like some artsy movie, or like, say when I read reviews from Her, like, that was such a special movie, so I knew that people are going to deal with it differently.
Yeah.
And it's cool when, film reviewers aren't just journalists who happen to write a film review, but it's people who are passionate about movies and know how to make a movie, or the process that goes into it. When they talk about them, I feel like that's so interesting. But when it comes to, like, things like Zoolander 2, I feel like, I think in the blog post I wrote, I think when I write reviews, I always end my review by, like, I just think to myself, did I enjoy myself? And if I did, then a lot of those, bad things that I found about it, maybe that shouldn't mean anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I did with Godzilla. I gave it a pretty good, grade, because I thought, okay, it has a lot of flaws, but it was fun. I had a great time.
But again, these are opinions again, and people like things differently. I think a perfect example was the latest Star Wars. Some praised it, some thought it was amazing. People like me enjoyed it, but were expecting or wanting something more, while some others were content with what it gave you, and it's quite split there. I think everyone thinks it's at least good or good fun, but there are some.
Norwegian critics hated it, and but Norwegian critics are the worst.
But
I know a few people that really did not like the film.
That's fair enough.
I enjoyed myself watching it. Yeah. I felt a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I get that.
Again,
really?
I was a little bit.
I cried when the opening came on.
Me, it was precisely because it was what I expected. I was expecting what they gave me. I was hoping for something more. And so when it reached my expectations, it was still a good, solid, enjoyable film, but there were some things to me going, did they really have to do this? this doesn't really make sense. And I'm not talking about things. It's a film about space wizards, but there are some things where you look back at the previous films and you go, this just doesn't add up, and it can be a little annoying. But I still enjoyed it. I still will go see episode 8, but that has to go beyond my expectations. Not in the sense of I'm expecting the most amazing film, but it must tread unfamiliar ground. It can't afford to do it again.
Yeah, no, maybe that's why I liked it so much, because I didn't expect anything. Because, literally after the Watch Dogs thing, I've just learned not to expect or
I wish I had
hype.
that ability.
Because, people are like, I don't know. So I came into the theaters, I went to see Star Wars by myself, because I'm a loner. And I sat there and I was thinking, yeah, I guess I'm a Star Wars fan. It's cool. And then the logo came on and I started crying, and I cried 3 times, I think. And I just had so much fun. I was a kid again, and it is a kids movie. I think people forget that it's a kids movie.
Yeah, no, I mean,
yes and no. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely things which are I would argue that the prequels are, the first 2 of the prequels are more kid friendly, and I think this one's a good balance.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jar Jar, young Anakin, C-3PO origin, it's that was more child friendly. Not Revenge of the Sith, because there were quite a few dark scenes in that, but yeah, I think 7. That was one of my favourite parts about 7, was how it balanced. This is for adults. This is for kids.
Yeah,
did it well. That I will praise 100% for it.
I don't want anyone listening to think that we're slating Star Wars. We all agree it's a great film.
Oh, I got a
good film.
Kylo
Yes,
Ren bracelet on. And I also got a Star Wars necklace, 2 necklaces, and a phone
Kylo Ren.
charger.
She's a great character.
Yeah, I thought he was a good character.
Kylo Ren?
Yeah.
Oh, he's my favorite. I like him better than Darth Vader.
That's a bit extreme. He got a lot of hate from a few friends, from a few people at Out of Lives, think he was a bit of a whiny bitch.
No, I have no problem with that. I like the character a lot. It was some of the things he does, I don't want to spoil it, but towards the end, there are a couple of things that happen that definitely made me raise my eyebrow, but that's not necessarily his fault. It's just the way it's written.
He should never have took his helmet off until a certain pivotal scene.
Yes,
but he is so pretty, though.
Well, yes, when you cast Adam Driver, you need to see his face.
He is gorgeous. That's not just the reason why I'm a big fan of Kylo Ren, just because he's a beautiful man. But I love. I mean, of course, Darth Vader is great, but he didn't. It could be going back to the prequels fucking up that entire thing, but I didn't feel like he had the emotional roller coaster or the reason to be as mean as he became as Kylo Ren. Like, Kylo Ren is still on that, am I really evil? Am I going to...
Yeah.
And that's really interesting when a villain isn't just, mwahaha, I'm so evil, I'm Dracula. You know what I mean? When a villain has levels. Like, say, the Joker. Yeah. Like, when they have levels, I think that's so interesting, because you don't know what kind of evil they are. Sort of like a Hannibal, you know?
I totally agree. I mean, Hannibal.
Yeah,
we'll save that for another time. But my goodness, do I love that show?
Yeah.
But
we need to think about wrapping it up soon.
But yeah, Vader. I mean, I agree. But like the Emperor, I just enjoy the Emperor because he's just so deliciously evil. There's nothing to it. He's just evil, and that's just good fun.
But Darth Vader, like, they tried to give him the story on why he's evil in the prequels, but it was sort of like, in the dream and die.
Yeah, but that's a problem with the prequels rather than the character.
Yeah,
they fucked everything
up. It does work to an extent. There's some things that work, something that do. But to me, this is what I've never understood how the dark side works. So wait, to me, this is a thing that happens in the universe. So you've learned to hate. You've joined the dark side. But why don't you hate the Sith? Because they're the ones who have made you this, and you hate them. So why are you directing it against the good people? That's what I've never got.
All I know is I'm Team Kylo all the way. He my boo.
Team Luke.
So, I like R2-D2.
Oh my goodness.
Right. Zoolander, yeah, so that's that. I don't know if I will see it or not.
I will see it.
Something I definitely won't be seeing would be Johnny Depp in the new Invisible Man film.
You won't see him because he'll be invisible.
Exactly, there we go. Universal Studios has reportedly cast Johnny Depp as the leading man in its upcoming film reboot, The Invisible Man. No word yet on who's writing the script. So this comes from Deadline.
So it's basically a sequel to, what is it? Sleepy Hollow. Wasn't he pretty much the same character in Sleepy Hollow?
Wasn't invisible in Sleepy Hollow, was he?
In Sleepy Hollow, he's a detective.
Well, it's sort of... Isn't there invisible people in Sleepy Hollow?
No,
it's about a headless
there's
horseman.
a headless horseman.
Headless,
Who
invisible...
comes out of a tree.
Potato.
And it wasn't even him. It was
Yeah, it was someone
Still,
else.
it's... I guess I just, when I saw that headline, I imagined in my head just pale Johnny Depp, all Tim Burton-esque.
So this is Universal's monster movie universe they're building.
Yay.
I love cinematic universes. Which we recently announced. Was it last week or the week before we were talking? Well, I wasn't
Mummies.
on actually.
Yeah.
The
Mummy.
Tom Cruise in the new Mummy film.
They should have done it with Brendan Fraser. Just saying. I said it then. I'm going to say it now.
I actually liked the Brendan Fraser mummies.
Oh, it was great. Yeah. I loved those too. What happened to him though? He was so attractive. But yeah, I also think that would have been way cooler. Be like, oh, is it what kind of mummy? Is it? Oh, who knows these days? It's all a mashup of everything.
It's a monster mashup.
Yeah, but I don't think this is going to be good.
No, I don't even want to talk about it. To be honest, we'll see when these because they were trying to kick off this monster universe with Dracula Untold, I think it was. It did not work, and now I don't think they're including that film. So
they shouldn't.
We'll see.
First of all, how many Draculas are there? There's so many Draculas and Frankensteins. I feel like there's a new Dracula and or Frankenstein movie every year. Like Frankenstein, or the one with Daniel Radcliffe, and then you got a bunch of Draculas, and it's just it's too many.
Yeah, they should all. Well, I have no segue for this. Deadpool.
They should all dead in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
A Deadpool sequel has already been given the green light.
Surprise.
No.
Nah.
So the script for the sequel is already being worked on. Deadpool writers Reese and Paul Wernick are preparing the script, and yeah, it's going ahead. No one. This is a surprise to absolutely no one.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they announced it now before the film came out.
Yeah, have any of you seen it? I was supposed to see it today, but I forgot.
Nope.
No, I'm hoping to squeeze it in next week. Now I have to get babysitters. It's a nightmare. But I did get a text message from my girlfriend saying we should go out for dinner one night next week into the cinema. And then the very next text message was Deadpool ? And I was like, yes.
See, I got one of those invites.
This is why you have my babies.
I got one of those invites to go to like a free show to see it, and then it was like, but apparently it was for everybody. So like 1,000 people pressed attending, and I was like, oh shit. And then it's like, if you wear a costume, you get first in line. I was like, oh shit. And then I saw people in Oslo wearing costumes, so I was like, I'm not even gonna try. It's just gonna be a mess. I'll go watch it by myself on Valentine's. I need something to do on Valentine's.
Spend it with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, gorgeous. Or Kylo Ren, that would be better.
So he recently spoke to IGN and said that he never wants to play another comic book character ever again, but remains keen to continue playing Deadpool. So he was already talking about future Deadpool movies, but he's actually said that his next priority is helping to get an X-Force movie made. So
I just love that he won't do another comic book. I think that's so great. I think it would be weird if he was going to be like, yeah, I'm going to be in Avengers or something else. I'm like, okay. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for Chris Evans, who went from being the Human Torch in the god-awful Fantastic Four movies to being Captain America. Yeah, but that worked for him. He looks different enough.
But we torched the Fantastic Four movies. They burnt to the ground. And then that new one came, and it burnt just as quickly.
But
burnt even quicker.
Yeah, even quicker.
I preferred the original.
I didn't even see it. I saw like a couple of scenes, and I was like, nope.
I've still not finished it. I'm about halfway through. Ugh. But I mean, we had him in the Green Lantern movie, which didn't go anywhere. So no, Deadpool. Yeah, I'm so excited for it. We'll probably talk about that more when we've all seen it.
Yeah,
which hopefully will be next podcast, because I'm planning to try and get to see it Monday, Tuesday.
Oh shit! Valentine's is this weekend.
Yeah, Sunday.
Oh, this is what it's like being single. You don't even know when shit like that happens.
I'm working, so
I'm gonna go by myself to the cinema, and I'm gonna buy so much fucking candy, and I'm gonna be that girl in the theater that people like, oh, poor her. Oh,
just cries.
No, I'm not gonna cry. I'm just gonna look like I'm
cry every fucking thing.
I'm just gonna eat so much shit. I'm just gonna sit in like a circle. I'm just gonna have so much candy, like I'm drowned in candy, and in wrappers. I'm gonna throw the wrappers on myself, on my body as well. So when the lights come on, I'm just gonna sit there in like a sea of wrappers. And they're going to be like, oh, that poor girl.
See, that's the difference between you and me. If I had done that, people would be like, "Oh, look at that slob! Look at that disgusting slob."
Oh, they probably will.
Ah, okay.
I won't wash my hair or anything. I don't care. Yeah, I'll be super
that
disgusting.
wraps up this week's news, anyway.
Yeah, good times, huh? No, it's been a good week for news, though. I'm glad things are happening.
I had to cut some because I thought we'd go on for too long. So.
Well, we did anyways.
Yes.
It's because we don't have Ross's awesome segues.
Yeah, he's like, oh, moving on. You
Yeah.
kids.
We all love the sound of our voices.
I don't know about that. Anyway,
So, do you want to get us out of here then?
should I do the ending?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yes,
God.
you did the intro so well.
Yes.
Oh, did I
exactly.
really? Braveheart, Glasgow. Oh, he's going to kill me. Well, that's it for this week's podcast. I guess I should start with you, Dave. Where can we talk to you? Where can we find you? Where can I ask you questions?
Well, I mean, you can try and talk to me on Twitter, but I keep forgetting to sign into my new Twitter on my phone. But it's Captain News, CAPTIN. I will eventually stop spelling that when people get the hang of it. But there is already another Captain News. He's a bastard. Don't add him.
No, don't add him.
No, fuck him.
Do you have anything else?
You can play with me on the Xbox, Meaty Fishman 89.
Nice.
About it, really.
Yeah, let's play
Rocket League.
or the Division or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything. All right,
That's me.
Francis.
Facebook. I'm in the group. Occasionally post. I don't have Twitter, so it's just Facebook.
You don't have Twitter.
No, I don't.
I to be honest, I'm quite new to Twitter too. I don't really use it that often. I don't understand it.
Adorable.
We're old.
We're old, yes.
Adorable. How old are you guys?
22.
I'm 27.
22. I'm 25. What do you...
I'm 22 going on 50.
Yeah, he's mentally old.
Oh. Oh, okay then.
But yeah,
I
it's Xbox Live and Nintendo and PC. I'm only Link 97, and on PlayStation, Agent Smith 16. So you can add me
but
there.
as you've all heard, that he doesn't like to play online with people,
Yeah.
so don't expect much from him.
Exactly. I'm
Shut
a miserable
yourself
sod.
in the knee. Aw. I guess it's my turn to plug my stuff. I'm on Twitter a lot, and it's at It's Sofia H. In one word, ITSSOFIAH. No PH in my name. And I got a website, which is Sophia Harris, and Harris is HARIZ, or Z, or how the hell you say it, .com, where I pretend to be a journalist, so it's more like serious stuff. And you can talk to me there too, I suppose. But Twitter is good.
Spoilers.
Sorry?
She accepts all spoilers posted.
Oh,
to her.
yeah. No.
Tweet her spoilers, and I tell you what she
Remember,
really
the
does enjoy.
Deadpool spoilers, she wants all of those. So
Yeah.
get going.
You guys are
The,
assholes. I don't want spoilers.
No, don't tweet her spoilers.
We're
tweet her
kidding.
Pokemon
Pokemon tips.
double entendres.
Yes.
Help me finish Pokemon Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Before the end of the century.
Yeah, that would be... Well, I'm not too sure that's going to happen. But, you're allowed to dream. Anyways, we are on Facebook.com/OutOfLivesPod. Dave,
Website
if you...
www.outoflives.net.
Yes. And if you have a question for us, what do you do?
Oh, I really can't remember.
No?
Like, I never do this bit. Out of Lives at podcast.com. I don't know, Kev, when you edit this, put the real one in. But listen to all our other podcasts. We have a few now. We have Out of the Crossfire, which is the PlayStation podcast. We've got Tanked Up, which is the drunken podcast, and we have the one about wrestling, which is called Out of Nowhere.
Out of Nowhere, that's right.
That's the one. I got there in the end. So listen to them. We've got some more coming up. Stay tuned.
I'm
You'll hear about more.
making one.
Yeah, you need to finish it though before we plug it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's called Out of Ideas. So
And she has no idea what it's about.
yeah, so stay tuned for the melodramatic and probably not so intense bunch of crap that I'm going to make.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Right.
It probably will include vodka tonic and babbling. We'll see what happens. Anyways, That's a show, isn't it?
It is.
It is. Well done.
We're-
Ross, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah, you're fired.
You're fired.
You're all fired.
Oh, we did a Trump thing.
Join us free next week.
Oh, no. We can't end it with a Trump thing.
Okay, end it with a fact. Francis, give us a fact.
Oh dear. What fact can I give you?
I don't know, like birds fly south for the winter or something. It's just a
Elephants
fucking
can't
fact.
jump.
Oh,
There
did
we
you
go.
know? Yes, there we go. The reason sirloin steak is called sirloin steak is because Henry VIII knighted a loin when the chef went. He asked the chef, "What is this steak called?" He said loin, and he said, "Well, I knighted sirloin." There we go. Fact of the day.
Wow,
Holy
we're out of
shit.
lives. Goodbye.
Wait.
Bye-bye.
I want to end this with a tribute to one of my favorite people from one of my favorite shows from one of my favorite media outlets that closed down. To quote Ian Hink from Game Trailers, "Good night and good game." Bam.
You're in tune to Owl of Lives. www.owloflives.net.
You can't handle the truth!
We need to learn how to end podcasts.
No, it's fine. Oh my god, is this bloopers?
Yeah, probably.
It does.
Kev can sort that out.
Kev
in
can
the
sort
edit.
it out. Yeah.
I'm sure.
If his computer works.
You watch next week. We'll have a 15-minute episode. It will just be we apologise. The main cast is not available today.
Oh,
Please come back
God.
next week.